Okay, let's see. I think I fixed it. Let's see. I think I fixed it. And if I did, then we can continue. Let's see if it works now. I'm getting a little better at this computer stuff. So let's see. Let's see where we're at right now. Can anybody hear me? Let's see what's going on. Yes, yes. Okay, here we go. Thank God. Man, I was about to be real disappointed because I definitely wanted to make sure that I do a live stream before the year is over. You guys have been pretty good to me. All right, hold on. I'm just setting up before I begin. How's everybody doing? All right, cool. And we still managed to get four people, so I'm I'm happy because we don't restarted this shit like 5 or 6 times already. Um, all right, now for the show to begin. There we go. How y'all doing out there? Welcome to the 14th installment of the Gray Area, exclusively on PPRN Radio. We are also streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch tonight as well. This is your host for the evening, Aaron Kennard, and as usual, I'm super excited to be able to spend yet another evening with all you fine people. It's currently God knows how late. I think it's like 8:30 now here on the East Coast on a chilly December 28th evening. Christmas has indeed come and gone, but the New Year is right around the corner. And of course, speaking of Christmas, I do hope all of you had a very merry holiday with your friends, family, loved ones by your side. And I also hope you all took necessary precautions while shopping and looking around for Christmas gifts. It is very easy to forget that this is indeed flu season and that we still have the virus to worry about, especially around our loved ones. Um, it's always a great night here on the Gray Area, and that's all because of you guys. Y'all have been amazing these past couple of shows, showing your boy some love and chilling in the chat with me. And I actually look forward to seeing and chatting with all of you on Tuesday nights. So I just want to thank y'all for that. And of course, those of you that are watching on Facebook, YouTube, and or Twitch, feel free to click the link in the description and call in to talk with us tonight. Uh, Give me a second here. Okay. Now then, if you missed last week's episode or the week before for that matter, well, that's because we didn't have a live episode the last 2 weeks. I am terribly sorry, y'all. The first week I missed, I had a prior engagement that I had to take care of. As all of you know, knowing me, being in the music industry, you can either be prepared for performance for months, or somebody can call you at the drop of a dime. So I do want to apologize for not being here because I definitely missed you all, and Tuesdays were not the same. No, the second week, which was last week, I did have some major technical difficulties, and I wasn't able to get my streaming to work properly, almost like tonight, but I figured it out tonight. Um, so last week I was only able to DJ for the night on the radio network, which was still fun. Don't get me wrong, but y'all know I love talking to you guys in the chat. Um, Before I continue, I do want to give a special shout out to all my friends, family, bandmates, acquaintances, everyone trying to build their own business or empire right now. Whether the circumstances have been good or bad, this has definitely been a year of growth for a lot of us. And it's nice to see a lot of the people that I know and love finally coming into their own. And I truly applaud that. Anybody, of course, in the chat that has their own personal business or empire that they're trying to build, if you do, put a link in the chat so we can all follow and show support. You know, this whole getting together every Tuesday night thing, for me at least, is all about being a family and being able to check in with each other, and make sure that we're all doing good. And I know that this year has been tough for a lot of us. Um, and I say it all the time. The only thing that's for certain nowadays is that nothing's for certain. So hold those who are close to you. Hold them even closer. You never know what could happen tomorrow. You never know what could happen in the next couple of minutes. So, you know, don't put off for tomorrow what you can do today. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? I think it makes sense. Let's see. So how was everyone's holiday? I know Christmas was this past weekend. Well, this past week. How was everyone's holiday? Did you get what you wanted for Christmas? Did you travel? Did you get to spend it with family or loved ones? How did you spend your Christmas? Some of us may have chose to play it safe and stay home. I know a lot of people did the traveling thing. A lot of people are trying to uh, still be able to spend time with family and cherish the moments that they get to have with them. Cindy in the chat says, "Yep, got to be home." What's up, Cindy? I know for me it was kind of rough, being that a lot of my family is in South Carolina or across the five boroughs. A lot of them I haven't seen in a while, but my immediate family is down south, and I didn't get to spend it with them this time. But they were here in spirit. We were able to talk and check in with each other, make sure we were doing great. And honestly, I spent it with a couple of friends who I do consider family as well. It was nice. We had a little gathering and got to eat and hang out and have a good time. It's kind of crazy right now. I mean, like, with everything that's going on right now, uh, Christmas is almost an afterthought for some people. A lot of people, honestly, were sick and stayed home. With this whole COVID situation rising again, a lot of people have been getting infected with this new Omicron variant, and the numbers are only getting larger and larger. If I'm not mistaken, where I'm at right now, Long Island, New York, is one of the um, largest hotspots in the nation. Of course. And then it's like the cold weather makes it even worse because it's able to thrive in the colder weather. Um, but from what I'm hearing, a lot of the people who have gotten unfortunately stricken with the Omicron variant have been saying that yes, you do get fever and achiness still, but it's not as dangerous as said other strains. Which I mean, to me, the verdict's still out. We don't know enough about it, but not trying to get it anyways. So, um, uh, Christmas will probably be like the last time for a while that I actually go out anywhere. But that's just my opinion. Um, is there anybody in the chat that has COVID currently? I know like three of my bandmates do. And a lot of people that I know around me have it. It seems like I've been going to get tested, you know, like three times out of the last 2 weeks alone. It's kind of scary. But as long as you're doing what you're supposed to and taking it easy, not being reckless, then you should be fine. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they tried to mandate another lockdown with how things are getting right now. Who knows? Scary times we live in right now, but it's funny how now the Omicron variants, like the new fad, the new rage, but like, why is nobody talking about Delta anymore, or any of these strands before that? I mean, they're still out there, right? You wonder. I mean, just because you get the virus doesn't mean that you have the Omicron one. So you really have to treat them all like they're, you have to treat them all like there's something serious. There's people running about saying, "Oh, the Omicron isn't dangerous. The Omicron's not dangerous," but you can still be completely asymptomatic. Don't forget, and and pass it to somebody else. You know, but I'm hoping that 2022 has more in store than just another lockdown or just more COVID talk, because it's getting stale pretty fast. Like, this is already the second year going on third year of the pandemic, and it's taken away a lot of things from people, from um, jobs, houses, other family members, people's health. And I know, like, it may seem like um, such a blah thing to talk about, but it's something that's really important right now, as far as American culture, and like the economy and everything like that. So it is important for us to be able to protect ourselves and protect others. You know, what about you guys? I mean, I know that, like, something like getting vaccinated is like a huge talking point. A lot of people, myself included, I never wanted to get vaccinated at all. Um, a lot of people are trying to hold off until the last possible second, to get vaccinated, because, I mean, of course, we all have our doubts, but it's putting a lot of people in a rough position, because some people have to basically either get the vaccine or lose their jobs, or some people have to get the vaccine and not be able to perform, uh, you know, or not be able to perform, and it's putting people in like a really tough boat. What do you guys think? I mean, with these numbers rising, it's hard to imagine when things will start getting easier. Um, but only time will tell. I think that next year, next year we're gonna have to play a lot of things by ear. But enough about that. Let's try to brighten the conversation a little bit. Um, how many of you are Marvel fans? I'm obsessed, which is the only reason why I'm bringing this up. Oh, Amanda says, honestly, I don't think they ever will. That's, I mean, who knows? I just really hope that uh, the world is healing itself over time, because it's almost like the Mother Earth herself is sick right now. We need to take better care of our planet. But that's a story for another day. Um, I'm just hoping that we can all get through this. Good to see you, Amanda. Um, so yeah, moving to a different subject. Spider-Man has become Sony's highest grossing film, if I'm not mistaken. And it's only been out for a couple of weeks. I've seen it a couple of times, and it's by far my favorite Marvel movie ever. I'm not gonna spoil it for anybody who hasn't seen it yet. But man, the way that they carefully thought everything out in this movie, um, it's pretty insane how they took different parts from different comics and made an original story for the MCU that basically by the end of the movie you're like, oh my gosh, where do they go from here? I can't imagine how they can top this. But they set up a lot of things for the future of the MCU, and it was just really cool seeing the development of our main character, Mr. Parker, throughout his trilogy of movies. Um, whether or not this is his last movie or not, I can't tell. But you're going to have to check it out if you haven't already. And actually, right now is probably the best time to go and see Spider-Man: No Way Home because a lot of the diehard fans have already seen it, and so there's definitely some seats available now. I would assume, but man, what a movie! And then it set up so many other movies as well. So, like a movie like the Eternals that came out back in November. I wouldn't say that that's a Marvel movie that you have to see. You know, that's not one that plays a huge part in multiple movies to come. It just The Eternals was like a movie that provided more insight on the history of the Marvel Universe, whereas Spider-Man: No Way Home set up a lot of things moving forward, and it was genius how they did it too. But again, this is a spoiler-free review. I would definitely give it a. I mean, it wasn't a perfect movie. There were some things that could have been done better, but it was extremely, what's the word I'm looking for? It was extremely fan servicey, definitely fan servicey, and we got a lot of questions answered, but a lot of new questions on the horizon. Um, there were a lot of great cameos that a lot of you already know about, you know, from the trailer. Uh, and a lot of really unexpected moments. You know, I will say everything that happened in the trailer that is out for Spider-Man: No Way Home, all of that stuff happens maybe within like the first hour of the movie. So everything else later on in the movie is ridiculous, and you're not ready for it. You just have to go see it. Like I said, I've seen it two times. I might see it a third. It was that good, and a lot of people in the theaters were like cheering and like, oh my god, oh, it was a nod to childhood for some of us, but it was really really fun to watch, especially in the theaters. Which, during these times during the pandemic, a lot of us haven't been to a movie theater in how long? So it was a nice experience. I'll definitely give it, only because it wasn't perfect, so I can't give it a 10 out of 10. Probably give it like a 9 out of 10, a 9.5 out of 10. It was as close to a perfect movie as I've seen from Marvel, and like I said, a lot of questions were answered. It's crazy how everything tied in to create a perfect ending to the trilogy, and I can't wait to see what Marvel has in store uh, from this point on. I mean, of course, I like the only thing I haven't watched from Marvel so far has been Hawkeye. I haven't really had a desire to watch that. It doesn't really seem very interesting to me, but I'm probably gonna get a start on that tonight, just so I can, just so I can stay in the loop with the Marvel universe. Amanda in the chat says, "Now I need to see it." Yes, you do. It's worth it. It's worth it. And you know what? Your kids would like it too, for sure. It's very fan servicey, uh, very very fun for adults and kids alike. So you can actually you can be a kid and go see this movie. There's nothing to worry about as far as like terrible language or like any like rated R or like TV 17 whatever. Don't worry about that. You can definitely take your kids to go see the movie. But yeah, one of my favorite Marvel movies, probably like I mean top three without a doubt. Only other movies I would even put up there with it were probably not even Endgame and Infinity War. Honestly, I'd put Captain America: Civil War and Black Panther up there with Spider-Man: No Way Home, and that's saying a lot. Those were by far my two favorite Marvel movies up to this point. So what's everybody doing at home right now? I know Tuesday nights are probably like the most boring night of the week, so you would imagine a lot more people would be home right now because of this pandemic, but I guess not. It's all right. It's actually kind of we have some low numbers right now in the chat. Usually we have around like 15 or so people, but um, it's all right as long as there's one person in the chat. We can talk. We can have a good time and get things going. Talk about the future of the show and like what's going on with that. I will slowly be gravitating towards turning this into a podcast as opposed to a radio show. So look forward to that. We have a lot of things planned for the show coming up in the new year, and I'll probably be making some announcements next week or the week after as far as what we can expect moving forward. Definitely want to get some more people involved as well. So I might have some more people coming in on the show to hang out and everything. Speaking of the new year, I have a simple question for all of you. I know we only have about 3 days left in the year 2021, but how do you all want to spend the rest of your 2021? Simple question. Uh, Probably full of complicated answers. How do you want to spend the rest of your year? Think about it. I know for me, personally, I want to spend the rest of my year stress free and with loved ones. I want to spend it in the right frame of mind and making healthier and smarter choices that will benefit me in the new year. Choices such as saving money, um, eating right, self care. Just working on my body, working on my mind, working on my spirit, and just striving to be better every day. Be better than I was the last day. Let's see. Amanda in the chat says less stress and getting healthy again. I'm with that. It's basically the same thing I'm saying too, for sure. Uh, you know, I know that when we get older, health is definitely something to monitor and really stay on top of. You know, ever since I experienced my first anxiety attack 2 years ago, one year, almost 2 years ago, um, I've been feeling like something's not felt right. Like the doctors are telling me everything's okay, but I mean, yeah, that's their job, but you know your body better than anybody else. And though I haven't been dealing with anxiety much lately, it is something that does come knocking on my door every so often. So whether it's waking up in the middle of the night, uh, or driving and having to pull. Oh, excuse me, driving and having to pull over because you're having a panic attack and you need some fresh air. I've experienced all of that, and you know, it just doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel natural. So I pray that those things are no longer an issue for me moving forward. But it's all a mental game. The doctors say that it's something that's like always something that's all in your head, you know, and it's something that takes time to work on to eliminate from your mindset. So moving forward, definitely want to be stress free and just be able to build and work on myself as we all should. Um, my second question heading into the new year is what word sums up what you want your new year to be about? Just one word, pick one. What would that word be? What word sums up what you want your new year to be about? For me, I would definitely say that my word of the year would be consistency. Um, I want to be consistent in everything that I do until I become better at it. I want to be consistent with how I treat my fellow man. I want to be consistent with how hard I work. I want to be consistent with eating the right foods. Um, working out, starting building healthier habits. Essentially, is what I want to focus on in the new year. Being able to practice my instrument daily. Piano, trombone. Um, Being able to work on new music every so often, and just being able to um, work harder, be consistent in my methods of how to get to where I want to be. I was talking to a friend the other day, and I was talking about how I used to write down my three short-term goals, like at least three short-term goals, short term meaning within 3 months or less, and my three long-term goals, long term being 3 years or less. um if you had to think of three short-term goals, what would you pick right now? It can be anything. It doesn't care how it doesn't matter how minuscule it is. um for me, that could be putting away $5 out of each paycheck, uh reducing eating out to 3 times a week. And then my third one could be make sure that I take 30 minutes out of the day to read, something simple like that. But it's something I've sort of shied away from for a while. I definitely want to bring that back. I want to make sure that I'm constantly writing what my three short term goals are, and it could be more than three, and my three long term goals. Long term goals could be, I want to buy a fishing boat. Like within the next 3 years or less. Maybe you want to buy a fishing boat. Maybe you want to. Um, move to a bigger and better apartment. Maybe you want to lose lose 100 pounds. But I encourage everybody who's been trying to work on themselves at the very least, write down at least three short term goals to accomplish within the next 3 months or less, and three long term goals to accomplish within um, 3 years or less. And you'll find that it's not as hard to organize your thoughts and put things into plan as you think it is. You know, Amanda says her one word that sums up what she wants her new year to be about is stability. For those of you just tuning in to the gray area, I asked two questions earlier. Um, my first question was, how do you want to spend the rest of your year? How do you want to spend the rest of your 2021? Um, I said that I wanted to spend mine stress free and in the right frame of mind, making healthier and smarter choices, um, like saving money and whatnot. That was my answer for that one. And then two, I asked the chat, what word sums up what you want your new year to be about? Mine was consistency. I see Amanda's is stability. I see we have some more people watching, so let's see those answers. What's the one word you want to describe your next year? Let's see, we could pick blessings or fortune, love, kindness. We could all stand to be a little kinder to each other for sure, especially in Long Island. Oh man, but there's a lot of words you could put there. Well-roundedness. Um, maybe next year is all about forgiveness for you. Maybe you want to reach out to people who you've wronged in the past, or people who you might be beefing with right now, and it might be all about forgiveness for you. Maybe you want to call them and tell them, hey, I love you. I'm sorry, and I hope that we can get on the right path, because I don't want to see anything happen to you. You know, just some things to think about as we head into the new year. Um, I know tonight I kind of had a rough start. I had to keep restarting the stream, so I do apologize about that. But I want to thank you all for sticking with me, at least up to this point. You know, um, and next time you hear from me, will be in the new year. I think next week's show will be January 4th. Wow. So we are heading into a new year. And before I go, I do want to um, give you all a huge shout out. I mean, all of you made this possible. And I just started the show back in September. Never would have thought that I would have the listeners that I do on PPR and radio. And I have my little following here in the chat. But it's been an eye opening experience for sure. I just want to thank you all for that because never would have I perform in front of like thousands of people, hundreds of people, and it's nothing because I love what I do as far as music and singing and whatever. But this is different. I've never really been too confident in my looks or my voice or anything like that. So it's nice to know that you all have been so supportive as far as me having a platform to speak on and to be able to get my thoughts out there and sort of use this as a wellness check to check on friends, family, loved ones, and make sure that everybody's doing good. So I appreciate that. Um, and I hope that you guys are here for the long run because, um, I could definitely use this, with the year that I've been through, losing my mother, and coming to a lot of cold, hard um, truths about reality in general. It's nice to know that I have some people in my corner that I'm able to talk to and sort of treat this show like a wellness check, not just for me, but for all of you as well. Um, and just know that anybody out there that's going through something, anybody out there that has lost a loved one, or are dealing with something crazy, um, know that you don't have to do it alone, and know that you can reach out to me, and I'll be that friend, that family member, that person that will tell you, hey, I love you and I value you, and I need you here. We're all in this together, and even though a lot of us treat each other like shit, some of us don't. And you know, if we can all work towards treating each other just a little better and a little kinder, then there's really no end to what we can accomplish um, here. So I just wanted to say thank you, and I hope that you guys stay by my side, um, and that we can continue to meet on Tuesdays and just talk about life. Really, I just want to know that all of you are doing okay. During this pandemic, during this tough time, and I just want us all to check in with each other and make sure we're good. What's up, Elisa? Elisa says you have a great soul. Thank you. And Amanda in the chat says, "You're awesome. Don't let anyone tell you any different. And don't forget it." I try. I mean, a lot of times it's not that anybody's telling me that I'm any different. It's usually me. It's usually myself telling myself that, and that's something I have to get over. We all have demons. We all have things that we're going through, and sometimes we could use a helping hand or somebody to help us get through that. Um, and that's that. You know, it's 9:05. Um, I'm probably gonna end it here. And again, thank you for spending time with me on a Tuesday evening. Amanda says, so tell yourself to stop. It's not that easy. Like, I mean, like I said, we all battle with inner demons. Like we all have our reasons for thinking the way that we do. But all I can do is work on it, you know? As a human being, I'm a work in progress, and I'm not where I want to be right now, but I pretty much say I'm where I need to be right now, and that's good enough at this time. Alicia in the chat says thank you for your encouraging words. Oh, no problem. I'm used to you've given me some encouraging words before too, so I guess I'm just returning the favor, huh? But I know I've been gone for a week or two, but the Gray Area will continue to air Tuesday nights at 8 p.m. So I hope to see all of you back here next week, so we can celebrate the new year and discuss what to look forward to and what to expect moving forward. Okay. I love you guys as always, and stay beautiful, stay positive, and we'll pick up next week. All right. All right. I'm signing out. Have a good night.